Good morning, everyone. This is Shahura and
Frank.
Lee from the Traveling Lees. So we have been asked by a few people about our experience on Royal Caribbean, since this was our first time on Royal as opposed to Carnival. We do love cruising. So we will get into our pros and cons of this. Was the Royal Caribbean Brilliance of the Seas, 4 days out of Tampa to Cozumel, Mexico. Now we do love Cozumel. Okay, we will start with our pros, because I would say this: on a cruise ship, you're going to make the best of it, but you do want to feel great overall on your experience. But we do have a lot quite a few things that we did like on this particular ship. Number one, the theater. We did like the setup of the theater. Was really nice. Frank, what did you enjoy about the theater?
It was just a lot more seating than what you would have on Carnival.
Yes, a lot more seating, and the setup of it was really nice. It was theater seating where everybody can see.
It was actually theater seating, where Carnival you have some ships that turn the theater into a club or something, so they have their little floors on the bottom, so
Right.
the chairs are not really stadium seating, where
Right.
each one is higher or levels.
Yes, so you could see better. So we did truly enjoy the theater. The solarium, which is an all-adult pool area for the 18 and up, so it was adult, and then it had a retracting roof, which they kept closed most of the time, and the decor in there was really neat. I don't want to talk about a con, but I will have to bring up the con about the pools shortly. But other than that, that was really great. Carnival has a serenity. It can compare, but I did like the fact that it did have a retractable roof, so it was indoors or outdoors depending on what they decided to do that day. The dining in the main dining room was the best for us.
Yep.
Frank liked the selection. They had more great vegetarian selections, and like I said, the main dining room was the best dining on the whole ship. And the service, we truly enjoyed our server. I think his name was Martin.
Yeah, Martin and Ronald.
And Ronald was his assistant. They were really great. Martin really got down in there. If you didn't, understand something, he gave you great selections of what he felt was the best for the night, and he was pretty dead on that. I'll bring a con up about that, but that was really good. The service in the main dining room and their selection was good. Another pro was our room steward. We love having a great room steward. We've had some great ones on Carnival, so both of those, that was great. I love the fact that we had a great room steward, and he kept everything clean, and anything we needed, he came and provided for us when we called him. And let me see. Sorry about this. I don't have these memorized. That's pretty much it. Is there anything else you can think of, Frank?
Yeah, it's not a crowded ship. For the Brilliance of the Seas, that ship is not as crowded as you would get on a Royal, about the same size. I don't know what that is about. I guess I don't know if it's less rooms or whatever, but it wasn't as crowded this time around. It could have been time of the year.
Yeah. And we usually cruise November and December. So this was our first time cruising in February, and it wasn't so bad. We liked it. Like you said, it could have been a time of the year. We don't know. They had a lot of seating in different places throughout this ship, and that was great, especially around the centrum, which is the center of the ship. sometimes there's not a lot of seating for people, and on each floor, each level, maybe on the fourth, fifth, and sixth floor, maybe all of them, but I can't remember. But I know around that area,
Yeah, 456.
they had extra seating where you can sit down. So that was great. I mean, you're not going to seat a lot of people, but it's nice sometimes if you just want to sit, hang around in that area where they have, they had a live band. You can have room to sit down. So that was great, and they had those great elevators. The clear, the mirror. I mean the glass. I'm sorry, glass elevators that you could see through. So that was great. So we enjoyed. I think we made the best of it. It wasn't one of our favorite ships, and honestly and truthfully, right now it cannot beat our Carnival. So on to our cons. I did not write this down, but when I started talking about the pros, I had to. It reminded me of the pools. This is a very bad con. The pool in the solarium and the pool in the main area where kids and everybody is supposed to relax. It was the minimum depth was.
I think it was 5'5" or something.
5'5". Okay, 5'5", 5'6". You can't wade. You can't just stand up and have a good time in the pool. The kids had to have, the ones that were in there had on little life vests or floaties, and then they had 2 jacuzzis around there, but because the pool was so crowded, the depth of it was so deep, then the kids and stuff would get into jacuzzis. So even in the solarium, that was the like I said, the least amount of feet was about 5'5". I'm 5'2". So I can't even just hang out in the pool. Most people were just sitting around the pool. So what I love about Carnival, they even have one that's I think it starts at 3 feet. Okay. So that's something you all need to work on. I don't know if that's on all Royal Caribbean ships, but on Breeze of the Seas, the least amount of feet in the pool was 5'5". So you cannot relax in any of their pools. Of course, they only had like 1 water slide, and I am reading that Royal is going to the newer ships are getting, or some of them are getting retrofitted to have the new water slides and come up to date with that. But they did have a rock climbing wall, but that is a con for me. Is I love like the big water slides and things like that, so that was a con. The entertainment, we had one DJ the whole cruise, DJ Johnny Cake, and you could not forget him because he was the only DJ. And they had, in the main Centrum area, you usually had the same band, if I'm not mistaken, every night. So the entertainment, we had the entertainment was lacking for us. We're used to having different DJs, and it depends on what you like, but they did not have a variety. They also only had 4 people on their entertainment staff, and they were trying their best to get the crowd hyped up, but they just had to do everything. And the cruise director, correct, Frank? It's not like on Carnival.
Yeah, the cruise director isn't the one that pretty much leads your entertainment.
Yeah.
Shows. He makes appearances on certain activities like the marriage, the love game show, Love and Marriage, and the Quest.
Right.
But he wasn't even the one making most of the announcements on the ship. Did not really see the cruise director, in my opinion, that much on this ship.
Yeah.
As you would on Carnival. On Carnival, you see him all the time, hear from him all the time. So.
And that, to me, that's a great connection with the people. It gets the people. I mean, if it's almost like your cruise director on Carnival. This time, the cruise director is he's just there if on the main things that go on. So entertainment, even though we were running all over the ship to do something different because, it just made it fun for us, but I feel like it was lacking on the ship. So that's something that they could work on. the staff was not very friendly. We're used to Carnival. Everybody knows you get on the ship and everybody's, hey, how you doing? And you got this great attitude, and you just really didn't see that from them throughout the entire cruise. Now, you know, when you get ready to get off the ship, everybody ready for you to go, but still, it just wasn't they weren't very courteous, or really friendly, as we have experienced on Carnival. Also, the picture quality. Now, you know I love pictures, okay? And the picture quality was awful. We only bought 2 pictures. Frank, you agreed. The quality, first of all, they didn't set you up for the picture. Like on Carnival, if you got a string on your shirt, your bra's out, something like that, they'll let you know. They'll set you up for the picture. They have the great lighting. They didn't have great lighting, and to me it means a lot as far as when you're taking pictures and you have people of different complexions, you want to make sure that lighting is correct for every complexion so that that person shines in any light. That was not the case. A lot of our pictures turned out dark. Some of the people that were with us said they didn't give them time to set up for the picture, and they actually published the pictures for you to purchase, and they said that they weren't even looking in the same direction. So that's not really good. They only had 3 or 4 picture stations maybe. They didn't have a variety of picture stations like Carnival does. So that kind of disappointed me, that the picture quality or the picture taken period, it was not that good on Royal. So I guess that's not something they really worry about. So because they didn't do very well on that. The food, now that is a big thing for me, and I'm not talking about the paid food, because every ship has somewhere that you can pay and get food, but you still want to have the free food to be of great quality. The Lido deck on Carnival has the Mongolian wok. You got American Station. You got on the Fun Ships 2.0, you got Guy Fieri's burger that's free. Blue Cantina, where you can get burritos, shrimp, chicken, all different type of varieties of food. In the Windjammer on the Lido, every day. Now you're gonna have the same thing, but you're gonna have more variety. So that's my problem with them. They had mashed potatoes, chicken, corn on the cob every day. They had hamburgers that were, I did not eat them, but they were frozen patty hamburgers. And they had hot dogs that looked like what, Frank? You said they looked like the hot dogs.
I don't remember what I said they looked like.
They were real red. Did you say
look
pop?
like pop weenies.
Pop weenies. So, and I don't eat pork, so I couldn't eat the hot dogs because they are not beef. Well, the looks at them. So they did not have, and somebody had told me that Royal had a pizza place. They didn't have a pizza place, 24-hour pizza. It was
they had pizza in the Windjammer, but it was like your regular DiGiorno type pizza.
Yeah, it was like a frozen pizza. So it wasn't fresh pizza that we're used to on Carnival at the, what is it? Pizza something. I forget what they call our pizza thing. Yeah. But it's 24 hours and it's homemade. They're actually making it fresh there in front of you. So the food in the Windjammer, if you're going on Lido deck and getting a variety or whatever, no, you're not going to get a good variety. And then like one day they tried to change up and put an ethnic station. They only had one different food, which was paella, so with pork and all that stuff in. So it wasn't a great variety on Lido. So the food selection in the Windjammer on the Lido deck was not good. The bathroom and the shower. Now I know we are on a cruise. You know, it's just like a hotel room. It's not going to be very big or whatever. But that, if I'm my size and I'm small in the shower, then anybody bigger than me is going to be small in the shower. That shower was small. Carnival showers are bigger. So that was the downsides of that. Anything else in the room that was a con, maybe?
No, not really.
No.
It's your typical. It's your typical stateroom,
Tip-
ocean view. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, the shower was small, very small.
Yeah, extremely small. Um, the stateroom was the regular stateroom. The couches probably could have been updated. And I will say this: it was an older ship. It came out in 2002, but we've been on an older Carnival before, of typically the same size.
Same size.
The
Yeah.
Carnival Paradise was our first ship, and it maybe hold about 2,000 something people. We still had a great time. It was a great ship, and it's actually now, it was in Tampa when we were there, and they were clearing it out. It's getting ready to be upgraded to the Fun Ship 2.0. So we really enjoyed the fact of that, but we enjoyed the Carnival Paradise. So I don't want anybody to say, well, that's an older royal ship, and that was the reason for it. No, we have been on an older Carnival ship and had a great time on it. So Frank gave this ship, Breeze of the Seas, a what rating?
A 7
He gave it a 7
out of 10.
out of 10. He's really nice. I gave it a 6 out of 10. It still was our worst, I feel, cruise ship, or I say worst cruise experience. Well, pretty much. Well,
Yeah, it was. I gave it a 7 because there was some things I didn't like, but
Right.
there was a lot of things that I liked about
yeah.
it. It's not your, as people call, Carnival party ship, but
Mhm.
it's more of a laid back atmosphere,
Mhm.
more older crowd,
Mhm.
and it wasn't a lot of kids on the ship. And if there were kids, they were teenagers. So
And that could have been the time of the year.
yeah,
But normally when we cruise, honestly and truthfully, we don't cruise around the times that's a lot of kids. Really, we just like November, December, because we get, to me, a true vacation, because it's normally cold here, and we'll get to go to the sunshine and the warmth.
and it's out of the hurricane season.
And it's out of hurricane season. I'm sorry, I love you guys, but we do not like to cruise in hurricane season. Because, normally some people, there's no problems, but we just don't even want to even think about it. We always do get cruise insurance regardless, I'm gonna tell you, because you never know when an emergency or something may come up. So we're big on warranties and insurance, so I will tell everybody to get the protection insurance on that. So like I said, I gave it a 6. We made the best of it. We had a wonderful time. We had a great time at Mr. Sancho's. If you're going to Cozumel, we have been to Cozumel 2 or 3 times. I can't remember now. Second time. That was our second time in Cozumel. We're going to go again in December this year on our cruise. Can't wait. But we did the Mine Ruins the first time we went. This time we went to Mr. Sancho's. I highly recommend that.
Yep.
Please go to mrsanchos.com and register. I will say this: register before you go, because there's a lot of people that come and they have a maximum that they do per day. You can go and put and reserve your spot on mrsanchos.com for $5 a person, and then you pay the $50 when you get there, the remaining balance of it. I recommend it. It is a great place. It's a beach club. You can relax. If you want to, you can get on the pool.